Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I just wanted to shoot a short video to show you some of our garden progress in the grocery store as well as the tomato garden. And then I'll take you down to the mum pad and show you how they're progressing. We've gotten quite a bit of rain since the last time we've done a garden tour, and I just wanted to show you how we're doing, what we still need to improve on, what the garden's still struggling with. All my chickens see me, and I haven't gone down there to give them their afternoon treats, so they're being pretty loud letting me know. But before I get into the gardens, I wanted to give a huge shout out to our friend Heather. She owns Homegrown Handies. She makes tons of awesome tie-dye apparel, and she has a page on Facebook, Homegrown Handies. Go check her out. She's very talented and she's great people, y'all. And if we can support her, we're going to. She's usually at the Bedford Farmers Market on Saturdays here in Indiana. So go check her out if you get a chance. You won't regret it. And now we're gonna go to the tomato garden. And I'm gonna show y'all, I don't know if y'all can really tell in the video or not. It's been, I wanna say 2 weeks since I've mowed the yard. It's a little out of control, but we've been so busy that the grass is the least of my concerns, and it's great for the pollinators. And obviously, since we have honeybees, we want them out scavenging and collecting pollen, nectar, as much as they can. I'm gonna walk around this way. Start over here. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh. Ah, I stepped on something that got me. Wasn't a honeybee though. I seen it fly away and it was not one of the bees, so that's good. Ooh. Maybe I ought not be wearing those kind of shoes out here if the grass is so high. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna pause real quick and go inside and make sure I don't have a stinger in my foot and put on my boots. I'll be right back. Okay, no wonder it hurts so stinking bad. If you don't like feet or freaked out by feet, skip ahead a couple seconds. And I'm sorry, they're dirty. I have not one, you can't really see it close up there, and at the top of that. That's 2 stingers in me, y'all. Let me get these taken out. I'm not going to show you that, obviously, but just wanted to show y'all that I wasn't freaking out for nothing out there. I was walking up here and I started feeling pain in the top of my foot. I said, holy cow, am I allergic to whatever I stepped on? Oh, it's not a good feeling, but we're real here. This is the part of homesteading life. Okay, let me get this taken care of and I'll be back for you, and hopefully I can walk. All right, we're back in proper gardening foot gear. I guess, let's face it, I'm probably not going to mow any more frequently than I have been. The problem is that we don't have a mower here. We just use Dirk's dad's mower, and I'm fine with that. But whew, sorry, I'm a little shaken. It's been a really long time since I've been stung by anything, and them getting 2 that close together on my toe, well, 2 separate toes, but super close together, it feels like one of my toes is swelling up, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. But we got work to do, and the show must go on. But we're gonna start the tomatoes here. As you can see, I'm losing the fight to weeds. It was my goal at the beginning of the season to keep this garden hoed down and everything, and I just knew in my heart of hearts I could do it without having any kind of weed protection. But I think I'm finally at the point where I can admit that I need help. And we have cardboard upon cardboard upon cardboard. And I know you're gonna say, hey Mama Bear, we've seen probably at least a dozen videos with you griping about cardboard flying across the yard. Well, the cardboard wins over the weeds. So that'll be a video coming up soon, probably on a day where Papa Bear and I can get out here together and work on it. That way it'll just get knocked out a lot faster. And he's got a few ideas to use some wood chips on top of it, and we'll see where that takes us. But we're still having the same issue that we've been having. We've probably got 150 tomatoes spread across all these plants, but they haven't even begun to turn. They're all still green, and they've been this way. I mean, we've had tomatoes on for, I want to say, about a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks now, and they're just not turning. It's been getting down into the 60s every single night all season. We've not had any nights where it's just stayed warm throughout the night. And on the one hand, that's good for me, because I don't know if I mentioned it to y'all or not. It's a goal for me this year to kind of test myself. I'm usually really big on getting our AC window unit put in pretty early. I'm one of those people, I've always been one of those people where inside during the summer, I like it right around 68, 69. I like to be able to cool down, And don't get me wrong, I still do. We have a little fan unit in the window. It's just not AC. But, you know, the body can adapt to anything really, really quickly. It's the mind that has to get over it. And I think I'm winning this battle. When I first started, I tell you what, I didn't have faith in myself that I would make it more than a week before I needed to put that AC unit in. And the first couple of weeks were a little rough, because I'd go in there and, you know, I'd have to sit down in front of the fan for 5-10 minutes. What's 5-10 minutes, you know? And I tell you what, if I've not gotten to the point where I actually enjoy it, and a few other people had pointed it out, and it makes a lot of sense that when you're inside an AC all day and come outside and it's, you know, 90 something degrees, it hits your body a lot more and kind of takes it out of you faster than if you're maintaining, you know, a 75, 80 degree temperature inside. I come outside now and I'm motivated to work in the heat. I don't get overheated super quickly. I still am increasing my water intake. That's something that I'm getting better at, because I'm cutting out sugar, pop, energy drinks, all that. But anyway, I enjoy the cooler nights. The tomatoes do not. So let's get back to it. So if it's a little wobbly, I'm just kind of limping a little to stay off that toe in case it is swelling up. But I've been out here. Dirk got some clips to clip the tomatoes to the panels so they're not dragging on the ground. Poor things are putting on so many tomatoes that we can't take off yet, and they're just starting to fall over. So I've been out here giving them some support, and I'm sure they've appreciated it. But hopefully sometime soon we'll start getting some color on our tomatoes. And here you can see the row of the beans that didn't take have also become overcome with weeds. And that'll be another, we'll have cardboard down in this entire garden and hopefully some wood chips on top of it. Again, we'll show you that video here soon when we get it done. Our zucchini's been doing great. Got one there that I need to pull off. As anyone that's raised zucchini know, oh goodness gracious, that thing is massive. You come out here one day and it's like this small, and you say, oh, okay, I'll give it a day or two. Well, by 5 o'clock that same night, it's quadrupled in size. So I've got a few of those to pull. It's nice because at the produce stand, we're finally able to be at the point where we're selling all our own zucchini. I've got a yellow squash over there that needs to be pulled. And get to that. And our sunflower row here is doing fantastic. We had something here at the very end, kind of nibbling on some leaves, but it has stopped, and I don't think it's going to progress. Hopefully one day soon some of these things will open up. I'm pretty excited for it. But you know what I'm most excited for are my cherry tomatoes, because while the bigger tomatoes are not turning, my cherry tomatoes are all finally starting to turn a little bit. These are the super sweet 100s, which if you watch some of the other videos, you know are my favorite. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Nothing beats a garden tomato. Hobble over here. Our white escapee rabbit, Vanna, has been exploring more and more territory, and there's really no telling where I'll find her these days. She still stays up by the house, but just different areas. We harvested our onions, and they're in there drying with the garlic. We have mullein growing everywhere this year. We have 2 in our strawberry bed. We have 2 right there. I think there's 1 in the pepper bed growing. This is another lemon boy cherry tomato, or lemon boy tomato plant. Again, as you can see, a bunch of green tomatoes on there, but nothing's starting to turn yet. Our habanero plant finally came into it in terms of leaf growth, but we still haven't had any jalapenos on there, or habaneros. This is a volunteer sunflower, and it's doing great. And our loofah, oh, I'm so excited. It's finally started to go all the way over the trellis. And we've not ever had any trellis, last year we tried to plant some cucumbers here just like this, hoping they would grow over the trellis. But I don't know if cucumbers just don't do great in a bucket, or if the plant itself we had just didn't want to thrive, but it wasn't very successful. And I'm really glad to see that. It's going to be very pretty. I told Dirk I eventually want to have this whole sidewalk down the carport nothing but trellises, and that's just something I think will look really cool. And obviously it'll be beneficial because we'll be able to grow more, but that's something that we'll slowly add on to. That's not going to be a big money project all at once. We've harvested several sweet banana peppers. You can see our mint is still out of control. We have a little wild rabbit that likes to sleep in there at night. Whenever I have to come over here and water in the evening, I usually startle it and it takes off running. But it doesn't appear to be eating anything in there, just in there for a nap. And then our potato stacks, our drama queens, they go a day without any water and they wilt like crazy. But we're supposed to be getting I don't know if I want to say a lot. I know we're supposed to be getting some thunderstorms later this evening, and I'm not going to worry about wasting any time watering them because the rain will come. All right, I'm going to hobble over here to the mums and show y'all how they've been coming along. Take a little detour here. I noticed that my meat ladies have laid me another egg. Y'all, look at that chicken. That is a massive bird. Ladies, well, you know. Dirk's gonna get around to processing these one day. But for now, they're walking around fine. Ooh, I'm getting an egg out of almost every single one of them, almost every single day. So, and unless they start to fail health-wise, I don't mind keeping them around. Oh, goodness gracious. Didn't mean to startle you. It's actually kind of bad because I'm kind of getting attached to them. I told Dirk that. I said, we really are going to need to process them soon. Because I know, I mean, even though they're doing great, the Cornish cross, I mean, their bodies just can't handle it the older they get. But I'm going to fill up their food and water and then head over to the mums. Okay, we're over here at the mum field, the mum pad as we like to call it. It's been a work in progress. There's actually not been very many weeds in the mums themselves, but weeds have started coming up through the wood chips like crazy. And it's something that I didn't really get on and stay on from the get-go. So it's a battle now to get them all out of here. I don't think I'm gonna work on that today. I was going to do that and have that be part of the video, But I think that, well, it's sun right overhead, and with the GoPro, I know it's going to start overheating soon, and that's just an unending battle that I cannot win. No matter how many times I switch out the battery, the sun's going to win every time. But Dirk had in his video about setting up the filtration system for the watering and the fertilize. Well, turns out there's a little tiny piece on there that's required to have the fertilize going through, and it needs to be replaced. And it's apparently $90 or $95 for just a tiny little piece. And we like to be as frugal as possible around here. You know, we repurpose everything, keep everything to repurpose. Well, I'm not gonna have him spend $95 on one little part when I have two hands that can, you know, scoop up fertilizer and water out of a bucket and just do it by hand. You know, I'm not gonna have him spend that money for that. So they're not huge or anything because we haven't been out here fertilize, or they haven't been getting the fertilize we were originally planning. However, at least half of these guys are bigger at this point in the year than any of my mums have been in the previous years. So I'm doing something right this year. But there are just as many that, I mean, like this one, like look at him. He's not that much bigger than he was when I plopped him in these. And they're still heavy, so even if it doesn't rain, they'll be all right tonight. But we were gonna come down here yesterday and get to fertilizing and tag team it, but the store was open and we were actually pretty busy yesterday, and we just didn't have time to come back down here. The church had a pool party last night that we wanted to go to, and that's what we did. I actually was talking to Dirk, and we're not gonna do it this year since we're already getting closer to the end of the season of the store being open. It's usually only open until, you know, end of October, end of pumpkin season, because we don't have heat in the store. But next year, except for the couple of weekends that are usually really busy in terms of vegetable plants and flowers for Mother's Day, we're not going to be open on Sundays anymore. We're going to take Sundays and have that be for worship and for family time, and that's something I'm really looking forward to. That's been on my heart lately, and we're gonna make it happen. But let's come down here and see some of the bigger ones. And keep in mind, these mums are gonna be out here. We won't start selling these mums until September. They've got a lot of time left to grow. And Dirk's potato ring here, it's put on a lot more growth down here on the bottom with blooms. We may actually end up harvesting a decent amount from them. But you can see, like with this one, how full it is already. This time of the year, in the previous years that we've raised them, they've not been, I mean, it might have been like half that size at the max size that we've had. I'm very, very happy with the progress, considering I haven't really spent that much time down here. And I think that really once we can get down here and tag team that fertilize, and obviously if we're going to be doing it by hand, we can't do it every day when they get watered. That's just not realistic with everything else we have going on. But they'll still get some fertilize, and I think that they're going to pick up some growth. Well, the camera overheated, as I knew it would, but I was pretty much done with showing y'all what I wanted to down there. I'm going to end up wrapping it up. I've been doing laundry all morning, and I need to get the chickens checked on and get the rabbits taken care of. A few of the cages with multiple rabbits, they're pretty good at knocking over their water dishes. And I decided that with how crappy the air quality's been lately, and I know we can't really say anything compared to the states that live farther up north with the Canadian fires and everything, but the last few days I've spent so much time outside, and the air quality, the poor air quality alert's been going on, and yesterday it was so smoky. But I woke up this morning with a split and headache, and I slept great last night, and I was like, well, what's up with this? And then another homesteading friend on Facebook had made a comment on a post, or had made a post commenting about the same thing, headaches and, you know, no AC with the windows open, and kind of hit me. I was like, well, that makes sense. Explains why I would have a headache. But obviously we still have the windows open and everything since we don't have the AC unit in. But I'm gonna spend some time getting some good deep cleaning inside in the house done today. I haven't been able to really take time to clean house in a couple of months. So I'm gonna end this here, and hopefully I won't be adding an update that I'm going to the doctor for my toe or anything. It still feels a little swollen, but the pain's pretty well subsided. So moral of the story, if you're gonna let your grass get wild, either A, because you don't have time to mow it, or B, because you want to help the pollinators, cover your toes. But like we like to say here on Mama Bear's Homestead and More, keep on keeping on, friends.